got that nerd rage. Nerd rage. I got that nerd rage. Nerd rage.
Hello, nerd herders! It is another Friday night. You knocked my order over.
I'm sorry.
We are back. Episode 91, continuing with last week's topic, part 2 of Nerd Herders Recommendations. Tonight we're going to focus on the movies.
Movies of all genres, not just one in particular. And since we all have such varied taste when it comes to movies, and since there's somebody in this room that doesn't watch a lot of movies, me, this is going to be...
Hers will be a lot of old ones.
It will be. But that's a good thing, okay? But again, since we all like a variety of different things when it comes to our movie genres, you are going to definitely get a nice little variety of what we think you guys should check out.
Mm-hmm. Now, as usual, I am Damien Dragon, joined alongside with the Bonnie to my Clyde.
That was so sweet. That was sweet.
That was good, right?
Yes, hi, I'm Foxy, and I'm squeeing.
And of course, as always, joined by...
Chris Spike Torres, aka Chris Nightwing, aka Nightwing CT, etc., etc.
Yep. AKA that video guy.
Yeah, you posted up a lot of videos.
He
I didn't get
did,
a chance to watch them all.
He did it. It was like 3 parts. He did 3 parts of Little Shop of Horrors downtown.
I know. I didn't get to see them. Skid Row.
Skid Row.
I didn't get to see them all yet.
I saw the first part. It was fucking great. It was really, really because you know how he does it. He blends into movie clips. And
I
everything.
know.
It was, like, really
that's
good.
why I'm like I wanted to be able to check them out, but I couldn't.
Yeah. So as usual, and we'll do the nerd news for the first half, and then of course we'll jump to the topic. Bonus points for anybody who recognizes the shirt at home.
Oh shit!
Where'd
you get that?
I had this for years. This is the first time I broke this one out.
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
Yeah, so little nerd points for anybody who can read. If you can't read it, let me just step close to the camera for a quick second. Give you a better view real quick.
We also have to worry about the people that can't see you.
That's funny how you wear that, and I'm wearing a Macho Man shirt.
That is funny.
Oh, way to freaking give a clue on it too, you prick.
What?
Jesus
It's
Christ.
not that much
It
of
says
a
it
clue.
right- it
It's
says
not
it
like
right
he
there.
wasn't in the movie.
I know, right? Anyway, all right. So that being said, I guess let's jump right on into the old nerd news.
Yes, let's do this.
Happy Sci-Fi Shark Movie Week. We hope you've been enjoying the plethora of wonderfully bad movies there were thus far, and everything. Obviously, all leading up to Sharknado 5 on Sunday, starting at 8:00, and unfortunately bleeding into Game of Thrones, which means we're DVRing it.
It's so weird to do that.
Spider Cat just went jumping out of the room. Crazy. Anyway. Alright, well, news is a little bit sparse for a couple of days, so there are some days where we actually don't have any news in there, but, we have good, it's not so much tonight the quantity as it is the quality.
Yes.
We got some big stories, and some rather heavy conversation pieces, as well as we're getting ready to do the news and everything like that. So we're going to start with the one Sunday news tidbit, which is still stuff is still kind of spawning from SDCC in terms of news and everything like that. Specifically, obviously, the Spawn movie and things that were said.
I had no idea that's what
you had no clue to something, right?
No.
Stuff that was talked about by Todd McFarlane himself and everything during their panel. Interesting, though, of course, the title character is Spawn, but on a technicality, according to Todd McFarlane himself, Spawn is really not the star of the movie. Where actually the main focus and star of the movie is actually the character of... Hi, Cat. Cat butt. Wow.
Thanks, Domino.
Good job, Cat. Okay, anyway. The star of the movie is actually, for those of you that remember the comic when it first started, is actually the character of Twitch, who is a detective in the series and everything like that. And Twitch will be the audience's viewpoint into the supernatural world, and as told, the movie is more horror-based.
Yeah.
So Twitch is pretty much going to be the primary character in linking viewers into this world that we're going to be privy to watching.
Oh.
All right. Well, moving forward with Monday news, Matt Groening, aka creator of The Simpsons, creator of Futurama, is getting ready to unleash his third series and everything like that. It's a series called Disenchanted.
Okay.
It's a fantasy comedy series taking place in a crumbling medieval kingdom. There's very few details, but it will be hitting Netflix, and it's already been ordered for a 20-episode first season. Pretty much, obviously, spawning off the success of Game of Thrones and everything like that. So there's probably going to be a couple little Easter eggs thrown in there and everything like that. Should be fairly interesting. The last portion of Monday. Marvel, of course, is doing their legacy run and everything like that, and a part of it is their 1 million years BC Avengers. Well, this week they revealed the characters for 1 million BC Avengers, and basically they're all characters and symbols that have existed for a millennia.
Yes.
Titles that have been held down and passed down and everything like that. Amongst those that are part of the 1 million BC Avengers is Agamotto, which is the voice that's always talking to Doctor Strange, the first Black Panther, the Iron Fist, the Phoenix, Ghost Rider, as well as Odin in his glory days. So this actually sounds rather interesting. I've never been a really, other than the movies, I've never really been a big Avengers reader, but this does sound rather intriguing and interesting, and everything like that. How the take will be, from them back in the day, so to speak.
Huh.
Now in the biggest news that came out that day that is still getting some backlash and a lot of back and forth and like that. So this is going to turn into an interesting topic and everything like that.
I can't wait to do this.
We got our first pick reveals of Domino.
Yes.
For Deadpool 2. Okay. Now, I know a lot of people were probably waiting to see what I was going to say about it and everything like that. Now, before we get into this, we must offer a disclaimer, which I think you can word eloquently better than I could.
Yes, because I've had to word this properly before.
Multiple times.
Some of the nerd world, not us, not those of which that are included are in our tiny little community of nerdlings that we've gathered, to flat out tell you, this is not a race issue, okay? No. Us in this room, our listeners, and actually a lot more people than you realize, because usually it's just one or two trolls that feed into this thing, and news articles and websites eat that shit up from only two fucking people. A majority of us nerds do not have issues when it comes to race in our comics. For example, we all praise and loved the thought of Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury,
Absolutely.
and we continue to love him. We all did not have a problem with the casting of Michael B. Jordan as Johnny Storm, Human Torch. The only thing we had a problem with was how would this be explained?
Affecting the story, the origin story.
Yes, because that means if the origin changes, everything else changes. So how would you go about with doing that? Again, 2 or 3 people bitch and complain about race online. News sites like the Mary Sue and the comicbookmovie.com and CMB and blah, blah, blah. They take those 2 negative comments and, oh my God, look at all these people.
Yeah, because there was one cosplay creator I do follow. I love his work. And he took a lot of the comments. He is African American, and he took the comments as racist. He's like, I think she looks beautiful. Da, 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 da. Nobody said anything that she didn't. And he's not the only person I saw that said that. Again, to clarify, this is not a race issue. Now, to get to the point at hand, since we've already covered this topic, and again, this is not a race issue. The comments, the costume looks cool.
Yes.
Because again, other than Deadpool, it has to look functional.
Yes.
And it has, certain things work on screen, certain things don't.
Yeah.
Even the current Superman suit, they darkened it up a little bit. Just because. But the point is, no matter who the person playing the character is, the factor is of the character being immediately recognizable as the character. Superman. I don't care if Superman's played by an Asian, A black man,
Yes.
I don't care. If the story's good and it's immediately recognizable as Superman, I don't have a problem. I don't care. The Smoke did Batman and everything like that.
Yes.
Smoke is a black man.
Yes.
And it doesn't bother me. I think it's cool. I don't care about gender. I don't care about race, as long as it's recognizable as a character.
Yes.
Now, costume looked awesome. To me, I really didn't like the overall look. I like the reason that they gave for the patch for the marking on her eye, which was the a very common African American skin thing that they have, skin condition that they have. I get that. Now, again, it's not immediately had I not seen the headline, I would not have known that was Domino.
Yeah.
If they just put that picture there and they and negated that she was laying on Deadpool as a rug and everything like that, I would have never known that was Domino.
Yeah.
And again, me making the joke that she looked like Foxy Cleopatra was not a racist thing. It was just she looked like Foxy Cleopatra, like from Austin Powers, and everything like that. And again, I understand they're trying to do it a little different and everything like that, but again, it's not immediately recognizable, and that's where everybody's chain of thought got misconstrued. It wasn't a fact that she's African American, wasn't a fact that she's an Afro, and she just didn't look like the character. Now, also, just to give people a little bit of backstory on Domino, everybody talked about the pale white skin. That was a factor of her mutation in the comic books. Could they have done it on her? Sure. They didn't have to.
Yeah, exactly.
But in the same token, the same excuse you gave for the patch over her eye being white, you could have still made it black, and it could have still been a birthmark or something like that. And the funny thing is, when we had first mentioned it, are they going to do the reverse thing? And sure enough, they did do it. They could have still made it black, and it could have been a birthmark and everything like that. Yeah. And honestly, I think that would have made her a little bit more recognizable. Yeah. As the character.
What I think just makes it recognizable, to be honest with you, is the photo they released of it.
Right.
Had they released a different photo, I mean, I understand what it was. It was capturing the original Deadpool photo when they promoted the first Deadpool movie. I get it. I see why they did it. And then
they released the second photo with her close up and things like that.
I think had the release photo been a little bit different so that we could have gotten a full body image of what the character is going to look like, it would have been a little bit different. Because, look, without standing, she's going to fucking kill it. Okay?
Yeah, she's an amazing actress.
She's going to kill it as Domino.
She's
There's
an
no
amazing actress.
We're totally approved of this. I mean, we would have preferred Kerry Washington because we like her more.
I was really hoping for Kerry Washington when her name was tossed out there.
Yes.
I was so hoping for Kerry Washington.
Me too. But, at the end of the day, again, this just falls into the matter of it just didn't look recognizable. Yeah. I don't give a fuck if she's an alien, for all I care. I don't care who they hired to play Domino. And the part I think that irks me the most when it came to the backlash wasn't even the race issue, but it was the issue of the same people that are sitting there and they bitch and complain about movies and cosplayers being fucking accurate are the same ones that were just like, oh, well, I really like it. It's like, will you make up your mind about if you want comic book accuracy or if you're okay with it? Okay, we are all okay with this.
Amongst the funnier comments, Dud actually did have a funny comment. He says, I thought she looks like a cast member of Cats. I'm sticking with that. Okay, that was funny. That's good. That's a funny one. Special surprise, Miss Foxy. If you guys haven't noticed, Chris Kernigan has joined us.
I see.
Welcome back, Chris. Been a long, long time.
I do miss them.
Again, it's more so again, had it not been for the headline, she wouldn't have been recognizable. Suppose it, and this could go with saying with any character.
Yeah.
Say you're making a Superman movie.
Yes.
And say you put him in his black suit that doesn't have the cape and everything like that, but you eliminate the hope symbol. Would you know what it is?
No.
You don't put
or like I said, one of the since it's just a smaller thing, it could be said. Sam Jackson, again, we love him as Nick Fury. We died when we heard he was going to be Nick Fury. He's pulled a fucking awesome job about Nick Fury, and all those naysayers can kiss my ass.
But had the headlines left out Marvel on the bottom, would you have known?
Had they shown his casting picture without an eye patch, would we have known?
Yeah.
No.
Or even still, just in general, like
no, but Nick Fury eye patch.
The air again, it was never, and again, this is not saying it from us, this is just kind of clearing the